Hello,
Hello,
Jason. How are you? Nice to
how are
meet
you?
you.
I'm all
I'm
right. How are you?
fine.
Thank you, and
Thank
you
you.
too.
I wonder, is this your first interview from Paraguay? I was looking for
Yes,
previous
yes, it is.
archive.
Yeah, yeah. I think we briefly went through Paraguay. We drove through it, I think, when we toured there
Yeah.
last year. But yes, it is the first interview. So yes, thank you. Very honored.
Thank you for this. I knew that you were in Argentina a couple of years ago.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yes,
Let me
very
tell you
honored.
a quick story before
Cool,
starting the
cool.
interview
Yeah.
because of that. I also work as a PR, and last week I was doing interviews with a famous Latin America rock musician.
Okay.
He's a star. He's called Marcelo Corvalan Corvex.
Yeah.
He was member of famous bands such as Animal and Carajo. And I told him I also host a radio show about British music. And next week I have an interview with some guys called Sleaford Mods, and he told me, "Oh, that is the name I was trying to remember because I was going to recommend you a band. They're crazy, they're mad. You're going to love them." So
Well, there you are. Here we are.
that was a good coincidence.
Completely.
Okay, let's talk about the demise of Planet X. It's like a tongue twister, the name
Yes, it
for
is a
me.
little bit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So I read that this is like so far your most ambitious record. I wonder, how did you set the goals, or did it just happen that this
Yeah,
record is that big for you?
it occurred to me that there was so much to write about, and from the end of 2020, well, going through from the invasion of Ukraine and then to October the 7th and the ongoing war in the Middle East, the hangover of COVID, the rise of the far right, and just how people were responding to all of this. And yeah, it occurred to me that there was so much to write about, like international politics had now become domestic politics because it feels so close to us, everything that's happening. And I wanted to try and get it right. So it took a while. It took 6 months to record, and it was almost I went through a little bit of an existential crisis, a loss of confidence, whatever, because it was so immense, this idea that and it needed to be right. So, and thankfully though we managed to do it.
So this is a crazy record for the crazy times we are living in.
Yes, yeah, sure. I mean, I certainly felt crazy writing it, and it just things need to be communicated properly, I think, and I find so many bands don't do it very well, and it just feels patronizing, and with this one, it was different. It was really quite something.
Is there anything that you are allowed yourself to do in this record that you didn't do like before in the previous ones?
Yeah, I kind of had Andrew engineers as well as producers with me, and I said to him, "Why don't you just stop engineering? We've got someone there who we pay, and let them engineer, and you come out front with me, and we can produce together." And that really opened it up. That really expanded the sound. And I was also writing songs on acoustic guitar as well, sending those to him and asking him to translate them, which he did. He did some of that at home and he did some of it in the studio. So that really expanded the sound for us. Also, moving away from our normal studio in Nottingham, JT Saw, and we did a week in Abbey Road, and then we went to Invader Studios in Bristol. Um, so, um, so yeah, relocation really helped.
Okay, I didn't imagine that you work in acoustic guitar.
Yes,
How is
always,
it that for you? How is
Yeah,
that for
yeah.
you? Do you feel very comfortable with that?
Well, I don't use it on the tracks, but it's good to put ideas down. Do you know what I mean? So I'd send him the stuff on acoustic and I'd say, can you pick these chords, do these chords, and just turn it into something else? And that's how he would do it. I'm not very good with computers, so I can't lay the stuff down with beats, you know what I mean?
Okay, let's talk about the collaboration. You have a couple of interesting collaboration in this record.
Thank you.
How did that happen?
Well, basically, the songs, because I was writing them and wanting to sing these parts that the guests have done myself, I couldn't do it. My voice isn't great, as regards singing, I can sing, but not great. So it was a case of getting people in to fill in these gaps, almost like a strand of DNA, that's missing, and you're trying to replace it with something. So yeah, it was, some of these songs are, they've got, the traditional guest slot in them. Gwendolyn Christie on on the Good Life with Big Special, and also Sue Tompkins on No Touch are more traditional features. But with stuff like Elitist GOAT and, Flood the Zone with Liam Bailey, Aldous Harding for Elitist GOAT, they act almost as instruments.
Okay, let's talk about Not Touch that was released
Mm.
today. What can you tell me about?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. No Touch talks
Tell me
about
about that.
isolation. It talks about isolation and how we are, slowly becoming more and more introverted, aren't we, as people? And there's no touch, there's no communication, and so it kind of talks about that. And Sue was perfect for that chorus.
Okay, about visuals. Is visual play important role like in all Sleaford Mott's career? How did you incorporate that? How did the visuals uh, take this important space in the music?
Just by approaching various directors to see if they'd be interested in the songs, and
Mhm.
their ideas for them, giving them a rough idea of what we thought, and then them coming back with an idea themselves. We've been really fortunate with the people that we've worked with. Andrea Arnold, Ben Wheatley, and Nick Waplington have all done great videos for us, and yeah, I'm really, 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 really chuffed with them. They really do say something about the songs as well. They are, the kind of perfect visuals for each song.
Okay, about this record, what is I want to know what is your favorite moment in this record, your favorite song?
I think Good Life and Elitist Duet are my favourites. But I'm really proud of all of it really. It's quite an album for me. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to bringing it to people.
And about the shows, the live shows, what is your favorite moment? It's like when you sing any song special, or is it like when the
I
moment in the show?
I don't know, just when you can see people really entertained, you know what I mean? It really means a lot. It's connecting with people that's more important. Also, remembering all the words as well
Yeah.
is is a good
Yeah.
thing. Is a
I
good
can
thing.
tell.
Yes, totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay, and I didn't know a lot about you before this record, and I
Hmm.
was searching backgrounds, and you have a long career.
Yeah.
Um, I suppose that you have a lot of audience, a lot of fans that have been
Mm,
following you
mm,
from the
mm,
start.
hmm.
How has your relationship with with your audience changed in these years?
It's always been quite strong. It's always been quite you know, respectful. Um, some people obviously tire of you and move on, but for the most part, we've kept the core audience interest, and I think that's because we really like what we do, and it seems to carry on that way. So, long may that continue, really.
We are almost in next year in
Yes,
2026. What?
yes, yes. It's gone so quickly. It goes so quickly, doesn't it?
You want to get rid of this year already? It
No,
was good for you.
no, it goes so quickly. It was what I mean. The time just goes by like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
What are your plans for next year?
Touring, more touring, loads of touring, hopefully, touch wood, and la, 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 la. And hopefully we attract bigger audiences, and the word spreads. But if not, I'm happy where we are. We're in a good place.
Okay, I don't know if you have plans to come into South America, but
Yes,
I have
hope
plans to go into Europe, so
you
I am expecting to see you somewhere
you
in the
should
summer.
you should try and come along. Say hello if you do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jason, and congratulations on this
Thank
record.
you.
I love
No,
it. I'm
thank
going to
you.
play it a lot of my radio show.
Thank you so much, Annabelle. You take care. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Gracias,
Bye bye.
Amabel.